You know, in the 1970s, Milton Friedman, the economist, theorized that the responsibility of business was to maximize profit within the bounds of the law, no mention of ethics. You know, and that definition, which was just a theory, was embraced by a class of corporate leader in the day. And they used it to justify new behaviors in business. So for example, the concept of mass layoffs to balance the books, which is now normal. You know, CEOs very comfortably go on TV and say, we missed our numbers, we're having a round of layoffs. Like, you're profitable, just not as profitable as you promised. So normal, like they just do it very openly. That did not exist as a behavior, did not exist prior to the 1980s. Didn't exist. You only had layoffs for existential reasons. And so as American capitalism became bastardized, the rest of the world started copying American capitalism because it made a lot of money, right? So now that American capitalism of short-termism and rank and yank and all this nonsense has now spread outside the borders to the detriment of global economies, I would add. This is not Adam Smith capitalism that made America great. This is a new version of capitalism, which is extremely short-termist and extremely broken. And the result is we're seeing a rise against capitalism. There's a populist movement afoot in the United States, whether it's Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump, left and right, whether it's Hungary or Brexit, or all of these things. They're all populist movements against capitalism. Now they're confusing capitalism and this version of capitalism. We want to reform capitalism, not eliminate it. It's a good system, but it's very broken. The decline of the middle class and the stock market, all of these things, the violation of the social contract of leaders, all of it. And I think that's contributed to the lack of honor. That's why you have to do a really good job. You go to a program like this to learn a kind of leadership that is different than the 80s and 90s models that has become normalized and standardized today, so that if you get it right and you build the companies you work for in the manner that they need to be built, then we will restore a belief in capitalism, or we will restore a belief in trust and cooperation up and down the chain of command, where we trust our leaders and our leaders trust us. We will restore a model where people will happily give 10, 20, 30 years to one company rather than 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. We will restore a model where we derive tremendous joy from our work rather than tremendous stress.